Hello YouTube! So today I thought I'd show you how I got the motor mounts off of the 1947 Chevy Coupe that I put a year 2000 Ford Ranger front end on. It's got the whole front part of the frame rails and everything welded. So these are really difficult to get off, and there's another person on YouTube that wrote something about this. There you can see is the hole where the bolt goes. So if you disassemble your suspension and take the spring out and take the lower control arm off, you can get to that bolt. But if you can see that alters the alignment if you do that. So that's kind of, I felt like it was too much work and I wasn't sure I'd be able to get the spring in. Here I disconnected this hoping I could sneak a extension and a ratchet in there, and I tried that coil spring compressor, squashing the spring, and that didn't work. So what I did, I just used that angle grinder and I took about, I think it was 6 or 7 different wheels. I had some 4-inch wheels and some 6-inch wheels and cut on it. Over here you can see all the pieces. So I just cut the outer part of it first. I'll put this the way it went. And that was the outside. Here's another piece of it. And this one in here. Oops, that's the wrong part. But anyway, you know what I mean. Yeah. Oh, here it went. Anyway, you get the idea. Just use the angle grinder and cut the outer steel part off, and then the really hard part is cut through the rubber, and it makes lots of molten rubber all over your hands and everything. And then the last part is the bottom plate. So this part is fused to the rubber, and you just saw through it, and it looks like, you would think this would be simple because you see this bolt here. This bolt passes through that hole right there. After you cut the steel away, you see that hole right there, and oh, that's great, I'll just cut the head of that bolt off and it'll come out. But that doesn't help you, because see, the bolt goes through this backwards and is tightened here or riveted or whatever. So when you cut this is on the frame, and then the real bolt that's holding it is here, and it's very short. So no matter what, you have to saw through all that rubber. And you can see what I did here. Oh, yeah, here's one. You cut through the rubber and there's this steel plate, and you can cut through it, and look at that, there's a dowel pin in there. So after you slice through this whole thing will rotate. It rotates it around this hole, because remember, this is the bolt that I just showed you earlier. And so you have to spend a long time grinding the head off of this bolt, and finally you can get it off. And then you can hammer with the punch. Use the punch like that. And see, after I ground the head off, this will fall through, and this will get inside the frame rail. But actually there's a gaping hole, so with the stick and stuff you can poke it and it won't be stuck in there forever rattling. Just in case you are able to get a socket in there and you want to take the lower control arm off, It's 18 millimeter. See, that's the perfect fit. And I really thought I could get to it with the 3/8 drive extension, but that did not work at all for me. So yeah, and here's the other side. More broken pieces. Another piece I cut to get the pin off. That was the other side. There's only one pin per side. Oh. And here's this other thing. So, like I said, both of them I got them out. I was concerned this would be stuck in there jangling around forever. And I'll show you where they go when they fall. So, after you do all your work and grind all this away and chop, chop, chop and chisel and do the punch, this thing will fall. And it will fall right in here. It just rolls right on down, and you can peek through this hole with a flashlight and you can see it. And reach under here. There's a gap with the control arm, but I just put a stick in there and shoved it over and it fell out on the ground, and likewise on the other side. So they won't get stuck in there. I mean, I guess they'd fall out from regular driving because they're down here, and as you turn it would roll back and forth, but I took them out. And then, yeah, there's the other. So that's the answer to the question. The other person on YouTube I think he said he was doing this to his Ford Ranger to put a 302 V8 in it. So that's a really great project. And just for fun, I'll show you the mount that I'm going to use. See, what I'm doing is putting a 454 in this 47 Chevy. So I'm going to use a 454 mount. See how well it fits? Wow, it fits great. Okay. So, yeah, I'll put it in like that. I like that. Yeah, so obviously if you were taking the mount out as an effort to replace it, then this is not the right method because, well, no, it's not the right way. I was going to say you could probably put it on there and do a small weld on the corners because there's not really rubber in that spot, but I wouldn't do that. Just chop them out like this if you do not want to use them at all. So, anyway, I guess that's about all the information I have to show. One last thing though, I do have some steering joints. I'm going to put those in. Let's see how that works. Okay, so this joint will go right here. Uh-oh. Yeah. Looks like I need to rethink where the mount goes, huh? Or possibly I could use those other type of mounts. There's a... Well, I'll go get it. Let me show you. Okay. Yeah, here's the other kind of mount. It just bolts to the block and is further back. So, I guess I'll have to use these. Maybe I can use that other one on a different project. So, Yeah. Alright, until next time.